I'm about to give you a program for your double strokes. It's been downloaded over 15,000 times and is a proven blueprint to improve your double stroke rolls. It fixes these common issues: pulsing double strokes, crushing your doubles, problems with increasing your speed, Here's the great thing about it. It's a 30-day program. You just have to commit to 20 minutes a day. It's 10 exercises, and I promise you, if you go through them the way that I show you to, they will fix all three of the most common issues that I have seen over thousands of students with double stroke rolls. There is a PDF workbook that comes along with this. The link to that is in the video description. Everything is free. You don't have to have it, but I do suggest getting it because it's going to be easier to refer back to than replaying the video all the time. It's going to come with all the exercises transcribed. It's going to come with a calendar for you to track things, the daily BPM chart, a checklist, and a list of the exercises and how long you're supposed to do each one each day. I'm going to be playing this just on my snare drum. You're very welcome to play this on a drum pad as well. It works for both. And as well, I'm going to show you some different tips on how to increase your BPM as we go through the program, and I'm going to show you how you can incorporate some other components of the kit, like your feet, into these exercises. This first exercise is called Make the Seconds Count, and it's going to specifically work on evening out your double strokes. We're going to play this exercise once you learn it. Obviously, there will be a learning phase where you need to go and kind of learn all of these exercises. They're very simple, so take some time to learn them and then start that 30-day timer. With this one, it's very simple. We're going to play it 1 minute on each hand. It's a 2-bar exercise and it's eighth notes. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The exercise is simply doubles on the eighth notes: right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. The magic of this is we're going to focus on accenting the second note of every double. So one and 2 and 3 and 4 and. When I say we're going to do that 1 minute each hand, we're going to do it with 1 minute each hand leading. So we'll do right hand lead first, and then left hand lead. It's really important that you bring those accents out and the unaccented notes that you bring them down. Don't forget, I said I was going to give you some tips on how to increase BPMs naturally. I'm going to do that whenever I explain the next exercise. But first, let me demonstrate this one for you. 3 and 4 and. This next exercise is just called double taps. We're going to do this exercise for 2 minutes. Now what's going to happen is it's a 4-bar exercise. The first measure repeats 3 times, and in the last measure there's a paradiddle at the end of it to turn the sticking around, and then we're going to go off of our left hand. Again, we're going to go do this for 4 minutes. So what is the exercise? In the first measure, which we're going to repeat 3 times when we go through it, we're playing 16th notes. So it's going to go 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and 4 E and a. We're going to play that measure 3 times. Then in the last measure, we're going to play a pattern that's very similar to it. We're just going to replace those 2 eighth notes on the end with a paradiddle to turn the sticking around so that the next time we go through the 4 measures, we start on our left hand. So the last measure goes 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a right, left, right, right. 4 E and a. Once you've gone through that on the right hand, then we go back through it on the left hand. Let me demonstrate that exercise for you, then I want to explain how to slowly increase BPMs. What I get asked all of the time is, what BPM should I be playing this at, and when should I get faster? When should I increase those BPMs? Very simple to me. We want to play this at a tempo. BPM is just beats per minute. It's a tempo. We want to play it at a tempo that is doable. 100% success. The brain cares about successful, correct iterate or repetitions. It really doesn't care about just repetition. So we want to do it at a tempo that we can play it comfortably correct at. When we go to increase the BPMs or the tempo, what we want to do is I want to increase those BPMs by 1 to 2 BPMs at a time. Don't make big 5, 10, 15 BPM jumps. That's what I do in my practice time. Every time it leads to failure. 1 to 2 BPMs. So if I wanted to increase a exercise by 10 BPMs, I would do that 1 to 2 BPMs a day for 7 days. And at the end of 7 days, I would be 10 BPMs faster. And what's going to happen by doing that is you're going to reach a BPM that it's like, okay, that's the top of it. But it's such a slow increase that the brain really doesn't have time to register that. So when we just do it 1 BPM at a time, that's going to be the best way to most successfully increase the tempo on all of these exercises. As well, let me say it's okay to play each exercise at a different tempo. That's totally fine. They don't all have to be played at the same tempo. That's why I gave you the workbook so you can chart what tempo you're at with every one of them. Many of the metronome apps allow you to make a set list anyway, so I would just make a set list with the different BPMs and the names of these exercises and you'll be good to go. Okay, we just did the second exercise called double taps. Now we're going to do double taps with accents. So we're going to be mixing the first exercise with the second exercise. And what we're going to be doing here again is working on clarity of the second note, crushing those diddles. It also works on pulsing the diddles. So a lot of times it's the first note that's the strongest in our hands and the second note gets ignored. So it leads to crushing diddles and that leads to pulsing them. So let's work on this. It's the same exercise. It's just now we're accenting every second note. Okay, so the first measure sounds like this. 4, E, and O. That measure again is going to be played 3 times. It's a 4-measure exercise and we're going to play it for 2 minutes. The last measure, the 4th measure, before we turn it around and play it on the left hand, is going to be the same measure except on the paradiddle we accent the first and the last note. So right, left, right, right. Let me play that measure for you real quick. 4, E, and and then we do the same thing on the left hand. We play this exercise for 2 minutes, alternating every 4 measures in between the hands. Let me demonstrate that for you very quickly. I also said I would show you how to add the feet into this, as well as if we wanted to take this around the drum set. So to add the feet, we're going to do a very simple thing. We can either do just quarter notes on our hi-hat, quarter notes on our bass drum, quarter notes on both, or you can come up with a pattern that you like playing. A popular one would be like a samba pattern. You could also do 1/8 notes in your hi-hat, quarter notes on your bass drum. But I would not suggest doing that until you really know this program. You've gone through it a few times, so 30 days a few times, and then we can start adding the feet. Use it as some type of a warm-up. When it comes to adding it to the drum set, that's simple. Just move a hand. If you're a student of mine, you know I talk about zones in a lot of my teaching, but the simplest thing we can do is move the right hand to the floor tom and play the exercises like that. Then move the left tom to the high tom, play the exercises like that. And that's going to get us accustomed to playing on different surfaces like we have to in our drumming. We got the 4th exercise. It's called double turnaround. Can you believe that? We're already at exercise number 4. There's only 10. Remember, 20 minutes a day. It's all you need. Focus on this for 30 days. Use the calendar and mark off every day that you do this. You can literally do this program from anywhere. You can do it on a pillow. You can do it on a practice pad. You can do it on a snare. So there's really no excuse not to take it with you. The first measure has the first 3 beats and they're the same pattern. So it's going to go 1 on the right hand, E and 1, E, and So you play that for 3 beats. Then you turn the sticking around by playing a paradiddle. So right, left, right, accent that second right. Let me play that full measure. 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Then in the second measure we play the exact same thing, but it's just off the left hand. 1 E and 2 E, 3 E and 4 E and. Remember, we're going to play that exercise for 2 minutes. Now let me play the entire thing for you. This program's not really magic, it just does a couple simple things. It gets you to show up every day. It has one small thing that it wants you to do, go through 10 exercises, 2 minutes each, for 20 minutes each day. And then we see small daily wins by completing it, by going up 1 BPM at a time. All of these are small daily wins, and this is really what we need to do to create new habits in our drumming, positive habits. I talk to my students in my online drum school all the time. You can find more about that. It's linked below, stevensdrumshed.com. I've been open for 14 years, and I've put tens of thousands of students through the program, having so much success, but it's based upon the principles that we're using in this free 30-day program. So if you dig this, you may want to check that out too. Now we're doing an old drumline exercise. It's going to be 2 measures long, and it's called 8 on a hand. You're like, Steven, we're working on doubles. Yeah, we're working on doubles, but doing 8 on a hand, I promise you, is going to work on the endurance there. The first measure is simply 8 notes on the right hand. 3 and 4 and 1. Second measure, 8 notes on the left hand. 4 and. That's it. It's a very simple exercise with very powerful results. That's why drum lines all over the world use this same exercise to warm up. You're gonna do this for 2 minutes at a time. Let me demonstrate the whole thing with a metronome. 3 and 4 and. The next exercise is called check yourself, don't wreck yourself. It's gonna involve a check pattern. Some of you may not know what a check pattern is it's something that I've used for many years that my teachers taught me early on. And what it does is it allows us to check the pattern we're attempting to perform, double strokes, with a pattern of what it should sound like. So this exercise is 2 measures long, and you guessed it, we're gonna play it for 2 minutes, 1 minute on each hand. The first measure is just a measure of alternating 16th notes. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and Now, you may want to set your metronome to 16th notes to help you really nail down what the subdivisions are with the singles and doubles. The second measure is simply going to be 16th notes, but with double strokes. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, 4 E and Then back to the single strokes, and we're going to go back and forth, singles, doubles, singles, doubles. Now, the power of this exercise is that the single strokes, we want to try to get our double strokes to sound as even as our single strokes. They will never sound exactly the same, but we want them to sound as even as possible. We want to avoid all of the pulsing, we want to avoid all of the crushing of the diddles, and this will also help us increase that speed. Let me demonstrate this for you with a metronome. 4 and. This next exercise is called the burn, and yes, you guessed it, we're going to play it 2 minutes each. Now, this is an 8 measure exercise, but really it's only 3 measures. Let's deal with the first measure. The first measure is going to be 8th note paradiddles. So right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We're going to play that measure 1 time. The second measure, we actually play it 6 times, and it's going to be 16th note double strokes. Just like in the last exercise, the second measure, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, 3 E and 4 E and. We're going to play that 6 times. The last measure, we're going to play 1 time, and it's going to go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E, and a 4. We're stopping on beat 4. The reason we're stopping is because the second time through the exercise, the second 8 measures, we're turning the sticking around and we're starting on the left hand. So it'll be left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right. Let me demonstrate that entire exercise. We're playing it for 2 minutes just like the others, and then you go learn it for yourself. 3 and 4 and. The 8th exercise is called quick hand, and this one is probably the hardest one conceptually for some of you. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing all on the right hand and then all on the left hand. So we're going to be doing 4 times through all on the right hand, then 4 times through all on the left hand, and we're going to do that for 2 minutes. You guessed it. Again, it's predictable, it's simple, it works. So 4 times through the first time. The first measure is just 8 notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The second measure, instead of playing 8 notes, every 8th note is now going to turn into 2 30-second notes. So let me show you what that sounds like. First measure into the second measure. 3 and 4 and. The underlying skeleton of the rhythm is the same. The hand's still playing 8th notes, it's just now we're doubling them. Remember, focus on clarity of the notes and consistency of the sound. That's what we're looking for. Once you've done those 2 measures 4 times, then you switch to the left hand, you do it 4 times, back to the right hand, back to the left, and we do that for 2 minutes. Let me put that to a metronome and show you what it sounds like. 3 and 4 and. The 9th exercise is called the distance, and we're simply going to be playing 4 different measures, but each measure we're going to play it 8 times, and that's going to be 1 time through. So let's deal with the first measure. The first measure, we're playing 16th notes, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, alternating. But on the downbeat of every beat, we're going to be playing a diddle. So right, right, left, right, left. Right, right, left, right, left. Let me demonstrate that. 4 E and a. That's the first measure. We play it 8 times. I'll play the whole thing together for you in just a minute. And again, this exercise, we're playing it for 2 minutes. So once we've gone through it, then once we've gone through it 8 measures, 8 measures, 8 measures, 8 measures, we're going to switch it and lead with the left hand. Right. So the second measure, we're going to diddle the E. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Let me show you that. 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a. The third measure, you guessed it, what we're doing is we're moving this diddle along what we would call in a drum line the grid. So it started on the first 16th note, goes to the second 16th note, and in the third measure, it's on the third 16th note. So it's on the and. So 1 E and 2 E and 4 E and 1 E. We're going to play that measure 8 times. And then the last measure, we're going to move the diddle one more time to the So 1 E and 2 E and 4 E and 1 E and Remember, the important thing here is consistency of the notes and consistency of the sound. And we're finally to the last exercise. You guessed it, we're playing it for 2 minutes. It's not even in the notation because it's so easy. We're just playing a double stroke roll in 30-second notes. So 16th notes, 1 E and 2 E, but we're doubling them. 1 E and 2 E and 4 E and 1. Let me demonstrate that with a metronome. We're going to play it for 2 minutes. And that's the entire program. Please go download the free PDF workbook. I really do want you to commit to 30 days, 20 minutes a day, charting your progress, marking it off on your calendar, putting the BPMs that you're at, and seeing the daily progress that will get you to where you want to go. And if this method has interested you, well, you'll probably dig my online drum school at stevensdrumshed.com. It's called the Drum Better Daily program. Been open for 14 years. I'd love to have you be a part of it.